I guess we all have fantasies. I won't ask you about yours, but I'll just posit that fantasy is an expression of urges and wishes. The fantasy floats these mental materials and tries to cope with them. I took the definition of fantasy from the field of psychology, not for naught. In my PhD in Hebrew literature, I discussed the following question. What is the poetic and thematic function of a fantastic episode in a realistic short story? And I claim, a fantastic episode in a realistic short story is like an emotional peak in a focal psychotherapy session. I'll try to convince you. While reading, the reader builds an emotional narrative by identification and internalization, such as while talking to a psychoanalyst, the patient builds an emotional narrative by transference. The common factor is building a mimesis. Mimesis is a term coined by Aristotle and means imitating reality. The story, as an item that the reader can take with him, could be like a transitional object. A transitional object is an item that the baby can take with him and invest emotional energy while his mother is not present. The baby invests emotional energy in the object and copes with reality. That is how the reader invests emotional energy in the story, marks main sentences and the ones that he is attached to, and builds an emotional narrative and copes with reality. My research built another tire in the theory of reader response. Many stories don't contain a fantastic episode. I searched for the ones who have one. I found that it's not the time or gender of the writer, it's the theme. I found 4 themes that drive a fantastic episode. Phantos, coping with death or loss. Eros, love, femininity, passion, or magic. Dream world as a mixture of fantasy and realism, or extra, aggrandizing of everyday's world. From my research, the definition of story could be expanded according to the definition of fantasy. The story raises in the reader urges and wishes and tries to help with these mental movements cope with reality by internalization and identification. Thank you.